What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyrus Filson, and I'm gonna just put it like this: I got a lot to say. I have a lot to say. The Washington Commanders fall to the New York Football Giants in a 14-7 road loss. If I could describe this game in one word, disgusting. Disgusting. It was horrible from start to finish. I knew that we did not deserve this win, and it was embarrassing. But before we get into it, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow on the Fourth and Goal Sports Instagram page. But without further ado, let's break it down. So from the jump of the game, matter of fact, even before the game, I knew this was not going to be a blowout. I understand the Giants are 1-5, but this is a divisional game, and we're not the Cowboys. We don't have the power, the offensive power, the defensive power to just blow out a team. We never blow out a team. No matter how bad they are, we don't blow out teams. This is just the team we are. So I knew coming in it was going to be a close game. I knew the Giants would have our number, like they always do. So I knew it was going to be close. I still had us winning this game from the jump. I had us winning this game. But you put yourself in tough positions to win a game when you come out the way we did. When you come out the way we did, 3-and-out, 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 every single time. I don't know what Eric Bieniemy was doing today. On the offensive end, we made the Giants look special. We made them look dominant. We made them look like one of the best defenses in the NFL. And I knew coming in, they have a tough defense. I knew we weren't gonna score 20. We weren't gonna score 30. I knew that. But you come in and score 7 points versus the New York Football Giants. They are 1-5. They are a bad football team. They are injured too. They weren't even 100%. They were not 100%, and they came out and embarrassed us. They punched us in the mouth, and we didn't eat it. We just took it, and we just took it again because they kept punching, and we just took it. We didn't fight back or nothing. Eric Bieniemy was horrible in this game. Ron Rivera was horrible in this game. Jack Del Rio was the best coach on our coaching staff today, and even he was bad. Even he was bad. So that should tell you what kind of game we had today. Sam Howell sacked 5 times in the first half. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 times in the first half. I'm sick right now. I'm disgusted with the way this football team played. It was terrible to watch. I had to turn away. I had to look away. But like a diehard fan that I am, I kept watching to the very end. The Washington Commanders, Ron Rivera, those guys out on the field, this was terrible. This was terrible. It was disgusting. I understand how we got blown out versus the Bears, and I would put this loss right along with it. It was on the same level. And it's like, it's a little less worse because this is a divisional game, and you know they're going to come with the fight, right? Brian Dable and the Giants have had our number ever since he's gotten there. They've had our number, and it's sickening. I hate it. But this game right here, Sam Howell sacked 5 times in the first half. They had 5 sacks going into the game on the season. 5 sacks on the season. We have guys on our D-line who have 5 sacks alone. Chase Young got 5 sacks. Montez Sweat has 5 sacks. Their whole team, their whole defense had 5 sacks on the season. You let them come in first half, 5 sacks, easy. I'm going to just say it like this. I'm going to say it like this. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. And this won't be the last time I say it. We, the Washington Commanders, have the worst offensive line in football right now. The worst offensive line in football. We're so bad, I think there's college football teams that I would replace with this trash O-line. I mean, shoot. I mean, we are so bad that it's like you could get Alabama's offensive line and put it in for Sam Howell. I bet you we'd have a better record. I bet you we would. These guys are garbage. They're terrible. And week after week, they're getting Sam Howell killed. I'm going to be the realist in this situation. Sam Howell played bad today. He played bad, but he played good enough for us to win the game. Just like against the Bears, he played good enough for us to win the game. Receivers got to catch the ball. What was Jahan doing on that one play? I felt like the ball was behind him. It was a bad throw, but it was good enough to be caught. It hit him in his hands. You got to catch it. You got to catch it. But even on that play, I put a lot of the blame on Sam because you had a wide open Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas was open enough for him to be able to catch it. He makes contested catches all the time. Throw it up for Logan. Throw it up for Logan. I'm fine with that. But instead of going for the end zone, he goes for the first down corner check down. That wasn't a good decision in my opinion. You could have drawn up a better play if you're Eric Bieniemy. I like the rollout passes, but it just wasn't effective. It just was not effective. All day this game, all day this game was not in our favor. But going back to the offensive line, I got a stat here. Sam Howell has been sacked a total of 40 times through 7 games. The NFL record for a season is 76. We are on pace to set the NFL record for sacks given up. This offensive line is terrible. This offensive line is lackadaisical. They're undisciplined. This offensive line is the worst offensive line in the National Football League. I am sick and tired of seeing this trash week after week. They're getting bullied. They're getting killed out there. They're getting killed out there. They're getting killed out there, and Sam Howell's getting killed because of it. And this is why the fans are so upset. This is why the fans are so upset with Ron Rivera, because it wasn't so much the play calling in this game that fell on him, because you have EB who struggled this game. You have Jack Del Rio who struggled this game. The biggest thing above all, we've seen this same story with Ron Rivera over and over. And I think at this point in his career as a coach and as a fan base, we've seen it. We've seen our ceiling with Ron Rivera. We've seen how far he can take us. His ceiling was that playoff run. That's his ceiling. 7-9, 8-8, maybe 9-8. We're never going to be just solid. We have to get by. We have to just get by. That type of team. That's the tier we are when we have Ron Rivera as our head coach. And it's time for him to go. It's time for Ron Rivera to go. I'm sick and tired of this guy. I'm not trying to be one of those YouTube trolls and just hate on him. I think he's a good motivator as a coach. I think he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a disciplined guy. He's very good. All the struggles he's been through. But it's about time. It's about time. He has to go. It's time. Get that man out of there. The loss to the Bears was enough on its own. Then you lose this game. Playoffs is looking real slim right now because who do you have next? You have Philly next. You're going to lose that game at home. They're going to take over your stadium. The game's sold out, and guess what? It won't be Washington fans that's selling it out. It's going to be straight gangrene in that joint, and we're going to be taking over. FedEx Field's going to be taken over once again. Ain't nothing new. The Eagles do it every single year. They're going to take FedEx Field over. Jalen Hurts probably going to have 4 touchdowns. A.J. Brown going to cook up. Emmanuel Forbes, you spent a first-round pick on him, and he's getting benched 2 games in a row. This is the worst. This recent Commanders draft class is the worst of all time. It might be the worst draft class in NFL history. It just might be. Guys are not contributing, but why is B-Rob not getting the carries he deserves? And then, too, when we're down, it's like the plays that were being called just weren't very effective. They weren't. Run some screens. What happened to the screen game? That was working against the Broncos. That was working versus the Cardinals. In all of our wins, that was working. Now you want to switch it up. It's no point in doing that. Like, what are you doing? We finally got the ball to Terry, and even that wasn't effective in the beginning of the game. It's just like nothing went right for us. Nothing. But like I said, man, it's time for Ron Rivera to go. It's time for him to go. I think at this point, it's a wrap. Our season might as well be done. You just can't lose this game. You can't lose this game. From here on out, our games are a must win. We're at the point in our season where it's like you're 3-4. We had a real chance. We had a real chance to be 4-2, 5-1. We had a chance to do that. I promise you we did. We had a chance to do that. Look at our games. Week 1, Cardinals. We win that. Week 2, you win against the Broncos. Week 3, you play the Bills. Okay, we had no chance of winning that, right? Then you go to Philly. You had a chance to win that. Then you drop the game versus the Bears. Disgusting. You beat Atlanta, and now you blow a golden opportunity to go 4-3 to the New York Football Giants. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. This team looked lackadaisical. They looked like they didn't practice all week. They looked like Ron Rivera told them, it's just the Giants. They're 1-5. Let's go on a vacation. Just show up Sunday. We'll be ready. That's how they look today. They look like dog crap. It was disgusting. And the only players that showed up today, because I'm not going to just straight up bash the team. There were guys who showed up. Shout out Cam Curl. Shout out Chase Young, Deron Payne, John Allen, Montez Sweat. Those guys always show up. They always show up. Pay all of them. Pay all. Obviously, John Allen and Deron Payne got paid, but pay the edges. They did their thing. Chase, I love the way he played. Cam Curl played solid enough to for us to win the game. But Benjamin St. Juste was getting worked. Benjamin St. Juste was getting worked. My goodness, Jalen Hyatt was cooking him all game. And that's the problem I have with the defense coordinator. He always sees our guys getting cooked. He's like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Jack Del Rio does not make any adjustments. Ron Rivera doesn't make any adjustments. The only coach we have that makes adjustments is probably Eric Bieniemy, and his adjustments, oftentimes more than not, aren't very effective. And I understand it's still early in the season, but look, man, if they don't figure it out fast, we're going to be picking top 10. If they don't figure it out fast, we're going to be picking top 5. And it's just at this point, I really don't know if we're going to be able to recover our season. We're 3-4 now. Might as well be 3-5 because we're not beating the Eagles at home. They're taking over our stadium like they always do. After that, you got the Patriots and some other teams coming up. It's tough. It's about to get tough, really. It's really about to get tough. And this team it's not looking like they're prepared for what's coming. And this game, you let Tyrod Taylor do his thing. Almost had 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. You had Saquon balling out. You had Kayvon Thibodeau doing his thing. Dexter Lawrence doing his thing. The defense was killing us. They were eating all game. Shout out Banks, too. Banks did his thing. I thought Terry finally got it together when they gave him more targets, but for the most part, Banks had him on straps. It's like there's no one in this game that can say, I played my best. I did everything I could. Nobody. I don't care how well they played. Nobody on our team in this game played to the best of their ability. Nobody. This game was something where it's like, we've seen this story so many times. We've seen this story before. It was like deja vu. And more than anything, I need to see adjustments, whether that be by the coaches or whether that be by Magic Johnson and Josh Harris firing Ron Rivera. His time is up. His time is up. His time is up. The man needs to go. I don't even care if we win next week. It's a wrap, bruh. It's a wrap. This was disgusting. It's disgraceful to the fan base. We've been rocking with this team through thick and thin, and this is how they perform. This is how they perform. You got teams like the Ravens. They're playing a good team in the Lions that are 5-1. Straight up embarrassed them. Blew them out, spanked them. Handled business. Lamar Jackson, I believe he had 4 or 5 touchdowns. He was balling. But a team like us, we play bad teams. They play better when they play us. Our offensive line so bad. It's like the commentator even said, he's like, the Commanders' offense are a get-right offense. When the defenses come and they face our O-line, when they come and face our offense, they get right. They get right. They eat. They eat because it's anything goes when you play our offensive line. It's anything goes. They let anybody through. They just do anything. They do anything out there. They were getting dominated. One play I saw, we had three of our offensive linemen blocking one dude, and he took all of them to the ground. Dexter Lawrence is a monster. Dexter Lawrence is a monster. He was killing them out there. I knew that before, but I had to see it again. And he's a dog. He's a dog. But even more so, our offensive line is a serious problem. Sam Howell was a serious problem in this game. He got it together a little bit. In the second half, we started converting third downs, but no, it just wasn't his game. It just wasn't. Jahan, he got it together a little bit, but couldn't show up when it mattered most. Terry did his thing a little bit, but he struggled. It just wasn't it. We got some turnovers too, but it really didn't matter because you get the turnovers, but does it matter if you don't dominate the run game? That was the key to victory. Turnovers, which we did, run game. Those are two key attributes to victory every single game, no matter who you play. Run the ball, get some turnovers. We ran the ball, but we were stuffed every time. And I think one of the lackadaisical parts of Eric Bieniemy's play calling is, and this is what I have an issue with his play calling. He keeps running the same type of runs. He doesn't switch up his runs. You see us lined up and in the gun, you can count on it being a zone read run type play, inside run, always doing that, or we're going to just do a HB dive and run it straight through the hole, straight up. We don't do stretch. We don't do any stretches or run to the left, run to the right. That's what I'm trying to say when I say stretches. But I'm saying we don't run good design runs. We keep doing the same stuff, and it's predictable. The D line, O line, we're losing that battle, and the D line sees it. We're just every time they're just gonna run on first down. They're just gonna run on second down. We need to switch up the play calling. And I know majority of the fans think running the ball is the issue. We need to run it more. I feel like we're running the ball at a good rate, but it's how we're running the ball that's the problem. How we're running the ball. You need effective carries, not just stat padding carries. Oh, you give B-Rob the ball. He's in the backfield. Nowhere to go. It's switch it up. Run screens. Run something. It was disgusting. The play calling on offense was bad. The defense, for the most part, they did okay, but it's the secondary, they've been horrible all season. They've been horrible all season. From Juiced, my guy Juiced, I'm a big fan of his, but man, that was bad. You let Jalen Hyatt cook you. He's a rookie, man. He's a rookie. You got to do better than that. You have to do better than that. Forbes got, a little bit of PT, but he was quiet. He didn't do, he got his PT and he was quiet for the most part. So that's solid. But it's this team, it's just so tough being a fan of this team sometimes. I really do wonder, what is it going to take for this team to turn it around? What is it going to take for this team to turn it around? Year after year after year, just the same old stuff. I thought Eric Bieniemy was going to be the guy to turn it around for the offense. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. The defense, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. This is supposed to be a top 10 defense. I don't see it. I don't see it. This is supposed to be a top 5 D line. I don't see it. I don't see it. What can I say, man? I'm done ranting. I'm done wasting my breath on this team because I've done this so many times. I'm almost numb to it at this point. I could go on for hours and hours. It's no point. It's no point. But in conclusion, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow on the Fourth and Goal Sports Instagram page. I'm your host, Tars Filson. This is the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. Peace.